Just talking? Well, what's the show about? About nothing.
Yes, there is a reason we are playing Daft Punk.
Yes, not only because I love them. I think we all love them, but that they finally parted ways.
Yes.
And they did
Finally, I know.
Yeah.
What were we saying? You did.
Finally, like they were supposed to, or
Yeah, they finally did it.
And
teasing it for years.
they did it in a very
Daft Punk way.
Daft Punk way. They released a 7-minute video on their YouTube. A lot of people thought it was boring, but it's a scene. They recreated a scene from an 80s movie called I can't say the word. It's like a
Necromancer?
No. Enigma Tron or somewhere like that. I don't know.
Some
Sorry, I'm
80s
butchering
movie,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm butchering it.
I'm already liking it.
But it's basically both of them walking through the desert, and then one like kind of walks up ahead and then explodes, and then the other one just walks into the sunset.
It's
And then-
very interesting. The video was I only seen a short version of it. I didn't watch the full.
It's 7 minutes. That's a
Yeah.
long watch.
That's been
I didn't even
wild.
see it.
It's a long
I didn't
walk.
even know it was there.
But it's a long walk. It was a long walk.
When
to the
Google
car.
tells me it's going to be a 7-minute walk, I'm like, I'm going to drive.
driving.
Can't do that.
But yeah, that is very, very Daft Punk of them to
Yes.
kind of do a cinematic send off, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like when I heard that they were parting ways, like even though like I like Daft Punk, I'm not like a mega fan. I do enjoy them though.
Yeah.
Part of me was still sad though. Like I was just like, oh, like I felt like they were staples of like, especially like the EDM music scene, or music community,
Definitely.
but pop music in general.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, they kind of pioneered the way for. I wouldn't say they're the only pioneers, but they're one of the pioneers that made it popular and cool to like techno or house, dance music.
They kind of like
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, and it made it like because when you go back and think about like old fucking 80s techno, or 90s techno, it was like all fast beat and weird, and because everybody's like, oh, I got a synthesizer now, let's make cool sounds.
Yep.
But they made it poppy.
nothing under 180 BPM.
They had exactly. They had like that funk, like
They added groove.
That's
The
what
groove,
was dope too,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
They were definitely groovy. I remember feeling like they were always an older band before I actually understood who they were.
yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was like my mom's music.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
guess.
Because they do
Swear,
have
like,
that
I
like
felt.
funk disco
Yep.
electronic vibe, Yeah.
I can
And
see
that
that.
was like
Yeah.
what really dated them, or put them for me in like
Yeah.
a older category
Yeah.
of music. But
They were doing retro before retro was cool.
they really were, dude.
They were.
That's like how good they were. They knew
Your future retro.
that fucking that theory that I'll tell you, like they put A plus B equals C, and it's so stupid,
And they
but
had it.
It's a simple formula, and that's what
Yeah.
it was, revering old music and paying homage to it, but also doing a brand new spin, and such a fucking different spin than everybody else too.
Yeah, dude, I remember the first song I remember hearing was Around the World. Like,
Me too. That was.
I want to
too,
say
yeah.
that was like
Yeah.
junior high-ish or something like
Yeah.
that. And that came on and I was like, even though that was the same exact lyrics, the entire song,
It was exactly.
like,
Around
dude,
the
they,
world.
they were able to hook you the entire way through,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, the music video is actually really dope too.
Yes.
They've done a
Remember
lot
that?
of really
Yeah.
good music videos over the years.
They were
but
like,
that's
it was
good
like a
one.
bunch of pillars of lights, and they had people dancing them, and they were like
Simple set.
mummified, and
Yep, it's a
Ooh,
simple
I
set, dude,
Yeah.
but fucking so good. It's all in sync movements and dancing.
yeah.
I probably have seen it, but I think the one that always just takes over my mind is One More Time.
Oh,
you
one more
know?
time,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That one always gets the kind of like anime-esque
Yes.
vibe
yeah.
to it.
Yep.
But
I would say for me, man, that's my favorite song, or that's my first song. My favorite song is Robot Rock, and that's what I heard like electronic and guitar.
sound like
come
they're
together.
shredding.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it
They're
was like,
shredding that guitar.
and it was just 2 words: Robot Rock. That's what it was.
They really capitalized on doing just like the phrase as
Yeah.
like the, it's a catchphrase.
Yeah, they
or
let
like,
their music, like, even though
Yep.
it was like repetitive music, but it was just like something you're like,
Hella
it was,
catchy.
especially I would say when I first heard it, like I want to say, like when I was like in 6th grade in the 90s, I was like, this is different. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's different.
It
Yeah.
was different, dude.
From what Rob was talking about, like how they felt like older. They had an older vibe to it. Like that's what like I felt they had like an older vibe, but at the same time it was something new. Because I don't think I had experienced like EDM that way.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to say something that I only realized in this moment. Their name had always confused me as well.
Oh.
As in the beginning, I was like, Daft Punk. What is that? Okay, I understand punk,
Yeah.
Daft Punk, and then you're trying to figure out like slang and other, languages and whatever. And you develop an understanding, of what you think it is. And I never heard any interviews or anything describing it, but for sure, they always had a name for the future because this name,
Yep.
it grew with them as well as like their popularity and their like becoming a staple in the music industry. But my God, if that name didn't grow with them really well, like Jesus, dude, it's amazing.
They're that type of group that kind of encompassed their, for lack of a better term, brand.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything was all encompassing. Like the helmets, their
live
name,
sets.
their
Those
live
sets
sets,
were
yes.
insane.
Dude.
Everything. It definitely
We missed
encompassed the
it.
whole thing,
I know,
dude.
Fuck, don't you hate that?
Yes.
I'm just realizing that right now too. We
Dude.
fucked up. We never seen
I've
them
never
live.
seen them live.
Dude.
I would always watch their videos that they would post,
Yeah.
but like of their live sets, and they were always like, well, in the pyramid, and then oh, dude,
So sick.
I think by the time we got old enough to like actually appreciate and want to go see
Yeah.
them, like they were already playing arenas. They were playing Coachella and stuff like
absolutely.
that, Dude, my favorite song, and I would have loved to see them play live is, hold on, forgot the name of it.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yes.
Yep, I love
I
that
just
song.
want to,
Not the Kanye version.
no. Like, it was funny when the Kanye version came out, I thought it was cool for them.
Yeah,
Because I was like, oh, it's a little bit more.
it was a big collab.
Yeah, more commercial success.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I'm like, I felt like Kanye was, not ruining it, but like I liked it the way it was. Like I was very old man with that. Like I was just like, I liked the way it was.
I heard that's why Kim left them. That collab.
I felt like
we had two major breakups this
she
week.
was she was reflecting, and thinking about it, and she was like, "That's horrible."
I felt like when I first heard about that, and I started reading because that came out like what 08?
Ooh, maybe.
But anyways, but yeah, I think I remember when I first heard about it and read about it, it was like Kanye was the bigger artist, but like Daft Punk were like the OGs, like they were the inspirations for a lot of people,
You know what's funny? Yeah, that you say that. Like, while I had heard of Kanye, like obviously I heard of Kanye, but like to me, it felt like Daft Punk was featuring Kanye to me because I had known more Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Even though, you're right. Like Kanye was the bigger artist probably at the time. Like
Yeah.
in my head, I'm not like, oh, Kanye's the feature. Like,
That's so good.
But I would, to be honestly, say that they were probably the ones that got me into like electronic music.
I'm sure that they were like that,
For a
or
lot
they
of
were that
people.
people. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were that band for a lot of people
Yeah.
because it was so good commercially and just so easy to listen to.
it wasn't Darude?
No, it wasn't Darude.
Who's Darude?
Darude Sandstorm?
Fuck that song, bro. No, it wasn't that song.
If you don't know the title, if you heard the song, you're like, oh, okay,
Yes,
I know.
yeah.
You'll know it, dude. But
It's like an inside EDM production joke.
Oh, okay. I'll have
But-
to look it up later.
dude, they had a really, would you say they had like a big impact on like
Big time.
on EDM music or pop music in general?
I would
Or-
say they were like the got a lot of kids into EDM music.
Yeah.
EDM like esque music.
Definitely, dude.
dude, I feel like, correct me if you guys think I'm wrong, but like there would be no Deadmau5 or
for sure.
Marshmello
For
if
sure.
there was no Daft Punk.
For
No.
sure. You were spot
Yeah.
on with that.
Especially with the headgear type thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I'm sure
Absolutely, dude.
I'm sure
fucking killed it with those helmets, bro. Those are so
Dude.
dope.
So sick. It was like the perfect. And I mean, if we think about it too, they had such a perfect like mystery going on with them too, with
Yep.
nobody knowing their identities for a
nobody
while.
knew.
yeah, dude.
And that alone was just enough to make them a cult favorite, you
Yeah.
know?
Yep.
Such a cool fucking thing.
Think about the Gorillaz, like
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's always awesome. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool,
Dude,
that mystique.
it's funny. That's one of the things I appreciate about growing up in an era just right before the internet,
Yeah,
because like things like the mystique of Daft Punk stayed, stayed a secret.
yeah,
Like you would hear about it like, oh, there's pictures floating around somewhere, but you couldn't just go Google it.
Yeah.
You couldn't just be
Right.
like, oh, I'm gonna Google what Daft Punk looks like.
Fucking internet, you ruined everything. Now everyone knows everything, or they know where to go and look for it if they,
Yeah.
get a little, one little freaking thought. It's horrible, man. But my favorite song is actually, it sucks because it's such a new song, but it's
still a good song.
It's such a good song. It's Instant Crush featuring Julian Casablancas, who is the singer of The
Oh.
Strokes.
Yeah, you ever heard that song?
Such
I don't think so.
a fucking
That's a
groovy,
good
song.
song.
You can fuck to it. You can chill to it. You can
That
drive.
album, Random Access Memory, is
So
so
good.
groovy.
So
It's
good.
Oh, you know what? I probably have heard it. I just
Yeah.
don't remember.
Like
Yeah.
Get Lucky. Everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
But like the Nile Rodgers, of the guitarist from Chic, like God kills it, dude. Nah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, just quick thinking about like all of Daft Punk's collabs. Do you always feel like, or maybe it's just me, but like the other artist is the weaker point? Because like even Get Lucky,
Yeah.
like I feel like Pharrell was like the weaker point of that song.
Yeah.
I know some Pharrell fans are gonna be like, ooh,
I
whatever.
like it. I
like
really
it.
do.
But like Pharrell's vocals are the weaker part of the song. Like Daft Punk's programming is like
For
the
sure.
song.
Always. I think they're, and that's like kind of funny that you mentioned that. It's it almost reminds me of mixing something with like, something archaic with something new and digital, or
Yeah.
some new technology with something old, like Pharrell being the old, because he's just using his vocals.
Yeah.
But them, it's all digital. It's clean. It's
Yeah.
manicured. It's, it's a perfect sound.
Yeah.
Every song is like a masterpiece, I'm sure. For
Yeah.
them,
But, and then I wanted, what was it? Guy Manuel. The
yeah.
name's Guy Manuel. I'm not gonna say the rest of his name. It's got like 4
Yeah.
names. And Thomas Bangalter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Those are the
Frenchies.
guys, yeah. But I know like they were like guitarists too, so
Oh,
yeah.
Dude,
They played
like-
a lot of the funk and everything like that too.
like we've mentioned before with like talking about like San Holo or Former Hero or things
Yeah,
like
exactly.
these traditional musicians going into more of an electronic atmosphere
Mhm.
and just kind of carrying over some of the characteristics from that, and that maybe that's why they carried over like some of like those shredding sounds,
Yep.
and now that I think about it, that probably inspired a lot of the other like EDM bands we listen to, like
Yeah.
like the Midnight
Yeah.
or Dance with the Dead or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah,
But-
they definitely had they had that going for them, being the first, which is an amazing freaking
Yeah.
thing, because it's no matter what happens after, like we'll
They're always
have-
gonna reference Daft Punk.
absolutely,
They're always gonna be
you
there.
know, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like
They're gonna be
people
bass.
referencing like the Ramones for punk, something like that. They're
Yeah.
gonna be synonymous like with this electronic sound,
True.
which they definitely deserve, dude. That's
And
kind of cool.
I don't think when I was reading, they never stated why they split it. Just a lot of speculation. Like I think they did say, they did say that they're going to be doing a lot of music as well separately. So they probably just like have
Interesting.
creative differences right now, and then just want to get their own projects out. So
yeah, I don't understand the public split.
maybe they might
Um,
come back.
That's on that note. I was gonna say, like, do you guys think with the what do you call it, the reunion culture that goes,
Mhm.
especially like with anniversaries of albums
Yeah.
and tours or whatever? Do you think they'll come back? Do you think like
Yeah, we'll see him Coachella 2023.
Yeah, something. I don't know if they'll be that soon. I think it might take a while because
25.
Because like think about think about their albums. They come out like 6-7 years apart.
yeah?
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah. And like I think the when Random Access Memory came out, it was 7 years before they cut a new album.
Hmm.
So
Oof,
maybe even longer. I
like
think.
Tool.
Yeah. so
Yeah,
it might take a couple years.
I would say that they should take a very long time
Yeah.
because doing the public announcement is like, for me, it's one of those things that I don't like when people use it as a gimmick. I don't like when people use it as like some sort of tool or a way to, be relevant so that you're in their, memory. And then a couple months later or a year later, you use that same thing. Well, hey, we're coming back.
Yeah,
It's
it feels
so
cheap.
Yeah,
it feels
it feels
cheap.
so
Yeah.
cheap. You
Yeah.
know. So for their sake, I hope you stay away. But I would love for you to come back.
Yeah.
But
I mean, think about it, in their musical career, are like they are, I think what they're like in their mid to late 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
You
like
think they're that young?
That's not old.
yeah, no, yeah, they're.
Oh, it says. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, wow.
damn Google.
It does make sense though, for sure,
Yeah,
because they were
it's like
dropping,
kind of like the time.
they're
you
dropping
know?
hits in the
Okay.
mid 90s,
Yeah.
95,
That's true.
97.
Wow, they were young when they first
Yeah,
started dropping.
yeah.
Then, yeah.
Dude,
So,
that's
like,
so awesome.
It's kind of like the time to retire. You know, like kind
Yeah.
of like
Or at least take a hiatus.
take
you
a
know?
hiatus. Yeah.
Whatever happened to just disappearing?
Like, slowly
would we have
fading
been weirded
away?
out? No, not even that. Like, would we have been weirded out if they never mentioned that they were breaking up and they
I
just
feel
started
like-
making music separately? Like, do they have to do
I
this?
feel like that wouldn't be Daft Punk. Daft Punk, they have their.
They're very dramatic. They're very
Yes, they are
theatrical.
very-
Yeah, they
theatrical.
definitely are.
If they're gonna announce something, they're gonna do it big. And
You know what?
Maybe
Especially
boring.
especially if they're gonna make music individually.
Yeah,
Because
you're
they have
right. It's going to help
They
them.
kind of say something about
They
it.
want
you
the
know?
public to
Yeah.
know, hey, we are doing something separate.
Yeah.
So now that
Yeah.
when you do see it, it makes sense too.
Yeah.
There's not like, what the fuck happened? Are they broken up?
Yeah, you're gonna see on
Okay.
Spotify Daft and then Punk.
Now I get it. Imagine.
Check out full episodes of the Strange Noise podcast on Spotify. Episodes also available on your favorite podcast platform.